You're listening to Muses of Mythology, a podcast where sometimes time is not on our side. Hi, everybody.
It really wasn't this time around.
So, here's what's up.
Yeah.
It's October.
Yeah, it's our birthday month.
It's our birthday. Specifically, as if you're listening to this episode the day it releases, it is 3 days till our birthday.
Yes.
Our first episode proper dropped October 13th, 2020.
It was absolutely wonderful, truly.
Yep, it's been so wonderful to do this for 3 years. And historically, in October, to celebrate our birthday, on our off weeks, we have dropped Patreon exclusive episodes for everyone to enjoy.
Yes, but we no longer have off weeks.
No, we are every single
So
week.
as a matter of fact, we are just shoehorning it in right there.
Right here, yes. So this month's birthday bonus episode is a twofold gift. One is a gift to you, dear listener.
It's also an advertisement. Patreon.com/Muses of Mythology. Get on it.
You can't just tell them that. It's supposed to be sneaky.
It's supposed to be sneaky.
No.
What are you talking about? I am on other people's places advertising our stuff.
Absolutely are every time. It's so gauche. Yes. So here you're going to listen to one of our bonus episodes. We've talked about this genre bonus episode many times. It is the Twisted Tales series.
Yeah, it's the series that Disney puts out that is just their original stories with a fun take, twist, whatever you do.
It's a Disney-sanctioned AU.
Yeah, and I want them to make these movies instead of their live-action remakes, but that's another topic.
I do as well. We've mentioned the Go the Distance Hercules Twisted Tale many times. That's my favorite one. But what you are about to hear
is my favorite one. And it is, in fact, the Mulan's reflection. What if Mulan had to go to the Underworld? I think is the subtitle.
Yes,
it's amazing.
In perfect timing for us as we're discussing the Greek underworld. We'll take a little break and discuss the version of
the Chinese underworld.
Very cool. You will also hear me lose my ever-loving mind as we discover the Shang family guardian. I bet you never thought about it.
Nope.
But it makes total sense. It's so good.
It's a lot of fun. And I really like this book, and I think you should check it out. But other than that.
So that is the gift to you, dear listener. And as I said, this was a twofold gift. It's also a gift to us.
Yes.
To get us a little more time to get back on that weekly recording schedule. Hey, you remember how DJ's appendix exploded?
It was rough. It was a very rough time for all of us. We haven't recovered.
We are still... Well, DJ's recovered. To be clear.
I've recovered.
DJ's recovered.
No,
he's fine. No, he's fine. Everything's
happy
cool.
and healthy.
Yes, he's fine.
But our podcast is not recovered.
Yes, the recording, editing, production schedule of the show hasn't quite recovered. So we thank you so much for listening to our show, for supporting us, for giving us your time, your ears, your love. And being oh so chill as we drop another episode in place of a regularly scheduled programming. But I promise this will be the last time until the end of this season. We will get through the end of our lightning of our trials.
Last of Olympian.
Yes.
Last Olympian.
Help me. I drank an energy drink and everything's too fast.
Darren's a little wired right now. She's going to be staying up quite late editing this the last episode.
Yes, I'm still, yes. Just because we're saying we're an off week doesn't mean I get to take a break.
Nope.
But before we go, we have to real quick do our Patreon donation.
Yep.
Because we missed it last week.
We're not musing about the garden right now either. So.
No, this is doing this. Every month we donate $1 for every patron we have over on Patreon to some organization working to create a net good in the world.
Yes.
A couple weeks ago, I got a letter. It's the kind of letter you get from different charities being like, hey, please send us money. But the letter was rainbow. And inside...
It's actually kind of a sick envelope.
It's a great envelope. And inside, they gave me like 3 different blank greeting cards that say like, happy birthday, love, and thank you. And they're envelopes, purple envelopes.
So who is they, Darien?
Well, let me finish, DJ. They also gave me return address stickers. And they are SAGE, Advocacy and Service for LGBTQ Elders. We refuse to be invisible. Essentially, this is an organization that works to assist queer elders with various struggles that they face that are... I'll just read. So they also sent a letter in one of the paragraphs. Our vital work is more critical than ever before. LGBTQ elders experience poverty, health disparities, and social isolation at higher rates than their peers. They are twice as likely to live alone than the general elder population. 20% say they have no one to call in a time of crisis, which is 10 times greater than the general elder population. And they are twice as likely to live in poverty than their heterosexual peers. I'm queer, and my life is pretty awesome. And I know it's because a bunch of folks decades before me worked really, really hard and pushed back against some not so awesome nonsense to make sure that my generation gets to be awesome and live in more comfort than they had. And so it only seems right to take care of them the way they took care of us.
Yeah. We have 9 patrons, and so we're going to be donating an additional $10 out of pocket to make it around 19. Did you bump that to 11?
That seemed wild. I hated that number.
We're going to bump it to 11, or we're going to bump it $11 to make it a clean 20.
To learn more about Sage, there'll be a link in the show notes. Huge thank you to our amazing patrons who make this donation possible, who have already heard this episode, but will send them memes and pictures of Cash the puppy on Discord to, thank them extra. If you want to see those pictures of Cash the puppy, you can also join the Patreon and get access to the Discord.
Patreon.com/Muses of Mythology. Please check us out there. There's a lot of stuff we're super proud of, as well as what you're about to listen to.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Take care.
And now, on to the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bunker 9. I'm Davis, joined by Darien.
Hi, everybody.
And I am sorry to say that we did lie to you last episode.
It's my fault.
We lied. It's also my fault. I jumped the gun and said we're talking about the Frozen book. We're not. We have something special planned for that one. We just haven't gotten it ironed out yet. We are actually going to be talking about the Mulan one. The Mulan one. So our patron today is Elizabeth Lim, the author of Reflection.
Ooh.
What if Mulan had to travel to the Underworld?
That's so fucking cool. Wait, that's the tagline?
Really fucking cool. That's the tagline. What if Mulan had to travel to the Underworld?
I mean, what if Mulan had to travel? Hey, there's not a lot of Underworld shit in her story, so like, what?
No.
Tell me, Davis, start. Just start right now.
Just start. So we open up, right? Open up with the battle at the mountain. Where that famous battle, she shoots the thing, and it hits, and it causes the avalanche, and it goes through. Right after she shoots the rocket, when Shan Yu, just had to get his name, Shan Yu came up and was about to slash at Mulan, and she managed to parry him, I think, in the movie. Or did Shang come up and he gets her?
Yeah, he does slash her. She manages to roll away after he cuts her, but he does cut her.
Yeah, slash her. Shang comes up to try to protect Mulan. And ends up getting a really nasty slash across the center of his torso, right? Just a really deep fucking cut. And this is like where the book changes from the movie, obviously, right? And so they go and they get through, and that fucking advisor dude, Mizu?
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
The embodiment of the patriarchy.
Shifu.
Yeah.
Fuck Shifu. Shifu sucks.
He does.
Shifu sucks because he's like, if anybody, like, Mulan obviously doesn't want to leave Shang behind. And so,
he's their general.
Shifu says, Shifu is then like, okay, well, you have to take care of him. And if anybody helps Ping in taking care of Shang, they will get reprimanded and reported to the Emperor.
You have no power here.
Well, Shang is knocked out, so has power because
de facto
he's the
general.
Advisor. He's de facto in charge, not the general, but de facto in charge, which is horseshit. The guy sucks.
How it works.
I have no idea how Chinese
I know nothing about the
works.
military and less about China, but that doesn't sound like how it works. Maybe it is. I don't know. He's the emperor's advisor, so sure, go off. I guess. Go on.
So it's like if anybody helps him, then
does Shang die?
Shang fucking is going to die.
Okay, going to die.
Mulan obviously like taking care of him and gets like Chen Po's cooking, tries to force feed it to Shang, but Shang is like having fevers and fits of cold and just really bad because he's got a really deep cut, probably like deep enough to get through a lot of the muscle.
Where is the doctor? Where is the doctor who outed Mulan in the movie?
I don't know.
Okay, go on.
Probably in fear of fucking Shifu, who's saying if you help them. Yeah, fuck
This
Shifu.
can't be real. This is
Probably the only reason Shifu didn't complain about them leaving Ping in the movie is because it was Shang's wishes not to leave Ping, instead of Ping choosing not to leave Shang.
All right, go on. So Shang's dying.
Shang's dying, and Mulan's doing her best. And so she goes to sleep next to Shang while he's dying, wakes up in the middle of the night, sees an apparition, one of them classic ghosts that we see, standing over Shang's body. And it is Shang's dad.
Oh, his dad.
It is Shang's dad.
Right, who just died recently.
It's not your time. Yeah, it's saying it's not your time. Please come back. And it's just like super worried for his son.
Aww.
And Mulan is like, whoa.
Oh man, I got dad things too.
General
I know.
Shang, or General Lee,
Yeah.
because Shang is not quite a general.
No, he's captain. I kept saying general.
He's captain. That's what it is. Yeah, it's General Lee and then Captain Lee, and he's like, General Lee, what? I'm like, I want to be able to save Shang. He saved me. It's not. He shouldn't have had to do that, and yada yada. And he's like, are you serious about this? Do you really are you serious about helping my son? And Mulan's like, absolutely, yes. And Lee's like, okay, you better be ready then. And then, he just disappears.
What the fuck does that mean, General?
Yeah, disappears. And then Mulan hears this fucking loud, boisterous voice, like, Ping! Fa Ping of the Fa family, come out. You'd think a soldier would be ready to go when they were told that they were going to be helping.
What?
And it turns out it's the Lee family guardian, Shishi. So Mushu is
I
in
need a
this
second.
movie.
I need a second. I'm so fucking excited. Okay. I'm bringing it down. I'm bringing it down. Okay. I'm so fucking excited. Okay. What is what creature is it?
It's a fucking stone lion.
It's a fucking lion.
Big stone lion.
I'm so excited. Jesus.
And it's not like your typical lion, right? It's those fucking Chinese lions that we
Chinese
see.
lion. Okay.
And Shang-Chi in that movie where you see those weird fucking lions. Yeah. Those things. It's one of those.
Of course it is. Yeah. Okay. I'm good. No, I'm good now. Go on.
Mushu's in the movie, but Mulan fears that Mushu's going to try to stop her, as Mushu probably would.
Yeah, this isn't aligned with Mushu's goals.
She leaves him. So they go to the Underworld. They go to DU.
Okay.
Which is the name of the Underworld.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And while they get to the gates of the Underworld, and demons are like, stop. That's immortal. And she's like, don't you know who I am? And he's just super arrogant. Because the Lee family is the general family, right? They are fucking military heroes. So Shishi is fucking arrogant.
But it sounds like Shishi has done their job very well for a very long time.
For a very long time. And that's why he's he does beat himself up over not being able to introduce and protect Shang.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Because he was fucking working with General Lee for the majority of the time.
Yeah.
And when Lee died, he's like, okay, it's time to move on to his son. And then his son dies the next day.
Fuck! This is a terrible mark on my record.
Yeah. And so he goes and I have an appointment with King Yama. Don't you know I'm Shishi of the Lee family?
So good.
And so they go and they get in past these demons, and comes to find out demons are just the souls of humans, who have been there way too long.
Ooh, shit.
They're just condemned to DU. They're two to three. I'm not certain.
Okay.
There are 2 or 3 options. I can only think of 2 right now, but I feel like there's a third option as to what can. Oh yeah, it's you can be condemned to DU for the rest of your days because you were just a bad person.
Okay.
And then, and then mixed in that is that you have a timer as to how long you have to stay in DU before you can either be reincarnated or ascend.
Okay.
To essentially what is heaven, right?
Uh-huh.
And the demons are the people who have just been condemned to stay there for too long, or have just like lost their humanity after staying there for too long.
Okay.
And then it's like you can either, and then like the other two options is you immediately get sent to heaven, because like generally he was just going to get sent right away because he was an amazing
you
person
earned that
in his life,
shit.
an amazing general. You earn it. And
Some heaven officials.
Shang was, and Shang was going to be reincarnated in hopes that he would like be able to get into.
You got to get those points,
right? Yes.
Okay. We should say that we know nothing about China. I should get Kate.
I know.
I should probably get my roommate up here and have her.
She know a little more about it.
She knows so much more about it.
That's fair. But yeah, this is like, I actually like listening to the way they were describing things. I'm like, man, I should check out Chinese mythology more. It sounds like it's really fucking cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they find the line, right, of souls that have died. And there is only one dude, King Yama, who is like fucking doing the whole paperwork for all of these souls. So the line is days long.
We are severely understaffed.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like he kind of got duped into it because he's just good at like counting and like accounting essentially. And so the gods are like, hey, King Yama, do you want to do this? He's like, I guess I can do it. And then he's been doing it for the rest of eternity. He's never
That's like fine. That's like if you work in an office and they find out you're really good at Excel spreadsheets, and suddenly you do all the spreadsheets for the whole company for ages and they never pay you more money for it.
Yeah.
Never take on more work unless it comes with more pay.
Yeah. And then, so obviously Shishi being arrogant is like, oh, well, we got to cut to the front of the line. And also Mulan being like, I'm on a time crunch. I got to do this before morning or else Shang, like his body dies in the morning.
Yeah.
Right. That's the time limit. And so they're like, all right, we got to go. And so they start going to the front, and then they see soldiers of Mulan's regiment.
Oh, shit.
In line. And it's like, Ping, oh my God, Ping, what's going on, Ping? You didn't die too, did you? Like, no, I'm here to help Shang. Like, whoa, Shang died? Shang died? Wait, what the fuck is going on?
Almost died.
Just like that. Almost. And it's like, well, and like these are soldiers who died in the battle at the mountain. Right?
Yeah.
And
We lost
like,
some
we
folks.
noticed a bunch of the Huns come through too. Did you win? It's like, yeah, we won the fight and we saved China.
Oh, nice.
And they're like, fuck yeah, let's go. You know, just shit like that.
Oh, good. I'm glad they get to know.
Yeah, like hell yeah. And like in the one of them's got like an arrow sticking out of his chest. The other's got like a gash in his head, or just shit like
Classic,
shit like that, right?
classic ghost stuff.
Classic, love that shit. Like there's definitely like you can tell it's still like a Disney movie, you know?
Yeah, it's got the
like
it's got the
goofy
vibe.
shit like that. It's got the goofy shit like that. But they go to the front, and King Yama is like, "What the fuck are you doing here? Get the hell out of here! Get to the back of the line." And then Shishi being arrogant, and King Yama freezes him, turns him to stone.
Yeah,
Like,
someone had to
shut
eventually,
up.
I think.
Need him to shut up. And so Mulan is like, and they like explains Mulan's identity. Not like Mulan, but like, my name is Fa Ping.
Oh, okay. Okay, we still have the
son
con.
of Fa. I don't remember her father's name.
Shifu? No.
No, Shifu's the advisor.
Fazu?
Fazu.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of the
see it, but you're right.
Fazu? I didn't know he had a son.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
He doesn't like to talk about me. I can see
Why?
that. But it's like King Yama cannot find Fa Ping in his book
Yeah, I wonder why.
of people. He's like, you're not in my records.
Uh-huh.
So, well, you've now just like interested me. If I'll allow you to travel into Diu and find Shang, and if you can get him out by the time daylight comes, then you can have
leave.
it. You can leave. But if you can't, you become my servant for the rest of eternity.
That's a woof.
Fa Ping of no identity, who's not in the records. Right? That's how Fa Ping with no record.
With no
is essentially
record.
Like how people kind of refer to Mulan at the point, at the present. And so she agrees to it, obviously. And so like, okay, well, we need to fucking go. And so there's like, well, you can go that way, but be careful. It is much easier to go down than it is to go up in Diu.
Ooh, yeah, I bet.
And there are 100 levels to Diu.
So many levels.
King Yama is at level 100, as well as like the entrance and everything.
Yeah.
99 is the City of Ghosts, and everything below it is just fucking like ghosts, demons, and other such stuff.
Okay.
And I imagine there's like genuine levels for every thing and other things going around, and like or like names for the level and what every level does.
Is she the floozy?
Yeah. Shishi?
Yeah.
Or Shishi?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
There's no floozies in this one.
All right.
Shang's the floozy. He's a
Yay, we did it. Right at the beginning. Great. Okay, go on. Sorry.
yeah. But they go and there's like, all right, well, there's a door to the left over there, and they go into it, and it's like a bamboo forest.
Ooh. Okay.
And then they start walking, and then they realize they've been going in circles because like I've seen this bamboo that looks like an old man who's bent over with no cane for like so many times.
Shit, that's too many
And-
times.
Yeah, and then they realize a lot of this bamboo is just people covered in bamboo because they were lost in the forest.
Oh shit, that's so scary.
And they see a cane, or like Mulan sees a cane. Like she leans in close to the guy who was like bent over and everything, and she hears him saying, "Help me."
Ooh.
And then she sees a cane that had fallen over, and so she grabs it and puts it in the guy's hand. And then it's General Lee.
Holy shit, okay.
Shang's dad is like, yeah, I came here to help and like wait for you guys to help guide you towards Shang.
You were supposed to
But-
ascend, my dude.
Yeah, he's fucking dodging King Yama so he could help save his son.
Dodge.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But he's like, yeah, Shang is over at the Tower of Remembrance. Sorry, I just want to make sure. Because like, I assume this is a fucking thing from Chinese mythology. Find themselves in a bamboo forest, 79th floor. And they realized they went from floor 100 to floor 79
That's a big jump.
in one fucking, like, going through one room. Yeah. So as they, the Tower of the Last Glance to Home. So what it is that you would go to the top of the tower, and then you would look at, like, your life and the past of it, and this is you getting prepped to, like, remember everything before Meng Po comes along with tea that makes you forget everything, and then you're
Oh.
reincarnated.
This is cool.
So they go to the tower. They get there with the guidance of General Lee, and they get there. Mulan goes to the top, and she sees Shang, and he's looking out the tower window, and it's realized he's looking at his life through that window,
Oh.
and he's in a daze, and so she's got to shake him out of it. And it's like, we gotta fucking go. You got a chance to live. We gotta get out of here. And so they run, and then the tower falls apart, and everybody falls to the... Oh, come on. 24th level.
Shit, okay, that's really far.
They fall to the 24th level. And this 24th level is a very pretty garden.
Okay.
Right? Very, like, serene Chinese garden, as you might be able to imagine what those look like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I've seen
And
pictures.
then you get like this, yeah, right? It's like, I've seen pictures, I've seen depictions, you get an idea. And so they go, and then like this lady greets them in this area. It's like, well, we gotta go. Or like, well, sit down and like relax a little bit and talk with me since I haven't had visitors in God knows how long. And try the tea. And like the tea has a really amazing aroma.
Don't try the tea.
Right? This tea is like, smells like the best tea you'll ever have, and it's put like Shishi is now in a trance over wanting to try this tea, or he's sleepy. He's off in the corner doing whatever, and Mulan realizes it's Meng Po in disguise.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's Meng Po in disguise, and the way like so she like pretends to sip the tea, but then doesn't, and Meng Po asks, "Well, how was the tea?" And Mulan's like, goes completely straight faced and it's like, it's the best tea I've ever had. And Meng Po's like, that's interesting because you wouldn't be able to remember the taste if you had tasted the tea, if you had actually drank the tea.
It works really well.
It works really well. And so they fucking run because
they
then
run.
Mengpo releases a demon army on them, right? Like, we got to get the fuck out of here. And Mengpo is also in charge of the plants in this area. This is an area that King Yama has given Mengpo.
Okay, cool,
right?
cool.
Mengpo to just kind of do what she wants with. And so she's turned into this lovely area, but also death.
Also death. Well, they're in death, so
Also
sure.
death. Yeah. They, get trapped, but they also break free. And the whole time, Mulan doesn't actually have a sword because when she was traversing here, she dropped her family's sword
Holy shit!
because Shishi was a little rough on the entrance and like shook around a little too much, and it just like came off of her waist, right? And she couldn't like hold on to it.
Okay.
Because and Shishi like got onto her about it, and she's like, "You were rough, dude. I couldn't hold on."
Yeah, like, okay, sure.
I had to focus on holding on to you, not my sword. So they go through. And they escape through a narrow cave that really only they could fit through, and Shishi could also just barely fit through it, I think. And the demons, again, like, it's like a fucking big army of demons walking through single file line, and so they were like barely keeping them off at like a chokehold point, and so then it's like, okay, we gotta fucking climb this. Oh shit, this is a mountain of knives.
Oh, a mountain of knives.
We don't have a lot of time. And Shishi explains that this is like all these knives belonged to murderers, thieves, robbers, all of that stuff. When they died, their knives get put into this mountain, hilt first, so the points are coming out.
Of course it is.
Climb it. And so Mulan ends up like taking some of her armor off, wrapping it around her hands. With like knives also on it, so it's like
knives.
It's steel on steel, so she can't like get hurt by it. She tries to do the same with Shishi, but then Shishi's like, no, you guys go on. We're not going to be able to prep me fast enough. I will stay here and defend and make sure that these demons don't chase after you.
That's a family guardian for you.
Oh, shit, that's a family guardian, but it's also like, oh, that's a lot of demons. Shishi, are you going to be okay? And it's really heartwarming, heartfelt. I cried.
Yeah.
And they start climbing the mountain, and it's really rough because it's a mountain of fucking
mountain of knives. Climbing a regular mountain sucks. I'm sure Knife Mountain is...
Yeah.
Knife on Bald Mountain.
Yeah. They climb a mountain of knives. And so they manage to get up the mountain of knives. It's really not much like else goes on because they're focusing on climbing this mountain without cutting themselves, right?
And so, so just so I'm still on board. It's Mulan, it's Shang. Is generally with them, or did they get separated?
Generally has fucked off to go try to like avoid King Yama more. He can't stay in one place too long. I'm sure
I'm gonna
King
help
Yama's
you.
Watching
I gotta go.
Hey
General, I don't really know how much help you are right now, but I appreciate you trying.
Well, he's guiding them. He guided them towards Shang.
Okay. I missed that part. Okay,
he did.
But I gotta
like,
go.
That was, he got to be on his
Dodge
toes.
and weave.
He's got to like dodge and weave. Can't be in one place. He's got to. King Yama's looking for him.
Okay.
He's got to ascend, as you said.
Yeah.
He's got to ascend, but he's like, I got to make sure my son is safe.
And then I'll ascend.
He's got to,
Cool.
and then I'll ascend. And so they're climbing a mountain. They get to the top, and Mulan sees one specific sword that is stabbed blade first, and it's a golden, like, really ornate
Is it her
hilt.
sword?
It's not.
Oh, okay.
She pulls it out, and it's... Fuck, what does it say on it? So she reaches down, she pulls it up, and the reason like she like kind of notices it a little more is because like partly on the hilt she sees fa, which does mean flower, and so she pulls it out, and it says, "The flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all."
That's what her dad said to her in the movie.
Yes, it is very, very nice. I very much enjoy it, and so she uses it, and it's a fucking magic sword. Why wouldn't it be? Of course it is. It's a magic sword. Like a lot of the after the demons get up there, and Shishi's fine. He shows up at the top of the mountain with them because he either flies up there or jumps up there. I don't remember what happens.
He makes it there. It's fine.
He makes it. He's fine. But yeah, she whips out the sword in front of demons and ghosts trying to get them, and they all back off because then it's like a really radiant bright light comes from this sword, right? And so the demons are like, we don't want to fuck with that. That looks dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, the reason they say that is because then it's like, well, it was a bunch of robber ghosts actually show up because this is obviously the robber mountain. So they're all hanging out by their knives. So they
Okay.
show up. It's like, well,
Weird flex, but fine.
yeah, it's like, well, she actually can't touch us. And then she stabs the dude and the dude dissolves.
Oh my god.
And everyone's like, whoa.
That's like when
hey,
Bianca D'Angelo stabs the skeleton.
Whoa. Yeah, except this time the ghost is like, we don't want to fuck with that. And so they fuck off.
They just fuck off. It's a smart
They all
ghost.
fuck off. And so they go and they end up at the... Oh, Shishi appears because he used a portal at the side of the mountain that brings them to the 51st floor.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like he roars, and then the fucking lion and all the ghosts wake up. So it's Shishi that causes these problems.
Oh, because she's arrogant. You've said that a lot.
Yeah, Shishi's arrogant, and all the ghosts are like, "Whoa!" But like, you're also. This is also when we find out ghosts are gossipy bitches, and like they are just.
Of course they are. What else do they have to do?
They don't have anything to do. They want news of anything.
Yeah.
Anything that happens, whether it be on the outside, inside, something crazy that happens. It's a big reason why King Yama is like, okay, you guys seem like you'll stir some trouble and have some have me cause some fun. I've been doing this for thousands of years. I'm bored.
Yeah.
So go
Entertain
ahead.
me.
Entertain me. And so all the like it spread like fucking wildfire. All the ghosts like, that's Fa Ping, the person with no record and trying to get out of here. Which a lot of them don't want to help, because if they do, then they might be on King Yama's bad side.
Okay, fair.
But then they are Shang's like saying anyone of the Lee family. And obviously no one of the Lee family is here because they were all heroes and generals and whatnot.
Yeah. They've
And
all
then-
ascended or reincarnated.
Yep. And then some of Fa Mulan's family comes along.
Oh, shit.
We meet Fa
Oh,
Mei.
shit. The ancestors are here.
The ancestors are here. We meet Fa Mei, Fa Li Wei, and Fa Ren. And then
Okay.
we find out Fa Ray was a bit of a hussy.
Is Fa Ray the floozy?
Fa Mei is the floozy, yes.
Okay. Oh, my God. Please
Yeah,
tell
so
me more.
She had like 4 husbands.
Okay, that doesn't mean she's a floozy. That means maybe her husband's died a lot. That happens.
Yeah, but like, they
Was
just...
she poisoning her husbands? Is that why she's here?
No. She's here because she had a lot of husbands. This is China.
All right,
She's-
fine, whatever.
She's part
Go
of a lot
on.
of families, but the last husband she had was the Fa family.
Okay.
You know? And so she... Yeah. And then Fa Li Wei is kind of a dick. He's
Okay.
like... Fa Mei wants to help because they're family. And she also wants to hear what's going on with the family, right?
Okay.
And she also keeps track with a lot of the men in the family. And it's like, well, Fazu didn't have a son.
Like, I know this is bullshit.
Yeah. Fa Li Wei doesn't want to help because he's scared of King Yama's wrath.
Okay.
And Fa Ren is like a neutral party, but a little more on the help side because, like, yeah, I figured that this is good karma, right?
Okay, yeah.
And you also, like, there are different shades, right, of, like, from red to blue.
Okay.
And it's, like, some are yellow and green and just shit like that, right? It's, like, that's how it is. And you're like, huh, strange. I wonder why that is. Come to find out.
Yeah, why is that?
How red you are is how much longer you have in this world.
Interesting.
So it goes like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, right?
Okay.
And so the closer you are to blue on that is like Ren is green. I think Li Wei is greenish yellow. And
Okay.
Mei is like also greenish yellow. Somewhere around there, right?
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, well, we can take you to the we can take you to a shortcut that'll get you back up, right?
Mhm.
And the shortcut goes to the 97th level, and it's like, this is as far as we can take you. But yeah, as I said, they were kind of like asking questions, and also at the same time, somebody was also conversing with. Oh, it was Li Wei was like telling Shang, is like, yeah, this is with like Fa Ping isn't
This is not a thing.
It's not a thing.
We have no
Fa
idea who
Ping-
this
we don't
person
know
is
who Fa
actually.
Ping is. We don't know who this Ping person is. So you need to be wary, because what if Ping is just a demon trying to get you and lure you, right? Because Ping has no record.
That is
In
weird.
Yama's book, that's super weird. and mortals aren't allowed in the underworld. Hands down. That is it. And so those two things, very telling. They get to the Forest of Echoes, and it like finally boils over for Shang. And Shang is like, who are you? Really? Tell me, Ping. Tell me the truth. And Mulan continues to try to hold down that she is Ping. But it,
Mulan, this is you. Not that you were literally in the underworld right now. I think maybe it's time.
And it's like okay, well, fucking Shang is like still not trusting and like then silent, right? And then Mulan's like, wait, Shang, and reveals that she's Mulan, in fact, a woman, and Shang goes off, right? Like it's like I don't know who you are, like what, like, and what have you. Yeah, it's Shang confronts Mulan about her identity, with Shishi vouching for Mulan not being a demon or Meng Po. So that's how he like. It's like, okay, you're not a demon, but you're still not Ping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shang feels betrayed because.
Sure.
Also, at the top of this mountain, when they were waiting for Shishi and just like resting, I guess this is a really important conversation. Shang does reveal that. Like what he looks for in a woman. And it's a lot of qualities that Mulan does have. Right?
Of course it is. Yeah. Of course it is.
Yeah, she's got to be independent, intelligent, willing to stand her ground, and just like all this shit. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I get the feeling of betrayal that Shang feels here. Not because like, oh, you're a woman. You're not supposed to like be a soldier. Shame on your family, shit like that. But it's like if I had confided in one of my bros, closest bro, that like, hey man, these are what I want for in a woman, and just shit like that, and it come to find out they are a girl, I'm gonna feel a little betrayed by that because now I have spilt my heart to you and you were holding on to the secret.
That's fair. That's fair. It's like, yeah, I shared the secret with you and you didn't trust me enough to do the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I get that.
Yeah. And so they obviously like Shang splits ways with her because like I never want to see you again, and like walks
Shang,
off.
we don't have time for this. I know you're upset, but we really don't have time for this.
And
though.
they just got to follow the moonlight. That's what Ren said. Follow the moonlight, you'll be fine. And so, Ping in the Forest of Echoes. Mulan gets to hear Shang say, "I never want to see you again."
Oh,
and
that's
I'm like,
rough.
That's really, really rough.
Yeah.
And so she comes across a fox with her tail trapped under a boulder, helps down. The fox is like, well, here, I'll take you to where you're going. And Mulan is wary, and the fox is like, yeah, we foxes get a bad rap, but it's not true. We're not tricky, crafty little creatures. And so they
Said the
fox. They go, and Mulan rounds the corner to where the fox was going, and guides her to a place that appears to be her house, like her genuine home in China.
That's shady.
Yeah, and it's like in this tunnel and everything, and they're like, oh, well, fuck. And the fox is Meng Po.
Of course it is! It's a tricky fox!
It's like, just, why don't you go inside and just see what it is? And then she goes inside, and then it's essentially her family, and her family is there, and her family is proud. And it's a vision, and all of it, it's wild, right? It's like her family's super proud of her, and her grandma's continually trying to get her to drink the tea.
Yeah. Grandma would do that.
What is it? But her parents are still trying to arrange a marriage for her, right? And that's not what Mulan wants, and Mulan is still uncomfortable. She's not drinking the tea. Grandma's being super pushy. Then, like, 2 visitors show up, right? Mulan goes to see who it is, and it is a handsome general and his lion.
Okay.
Yeah, right? And it's obviously Shang and them, and Shang and Shishi, and they go through, and they're like knocking on the door. It's like, Mulan, you need to come out. I'm sorry. Please talk to me, and like what have you. And then Mulan does realize it's an illusion by Meng Po. Meng Po was the grandmother. And it's like, okay, well, if this is how you want, then be on your way. And then the illusion disperses, and they are in the middle of a desert.
Shit,
and
yeah.
it is still, I think, like the 96 7th floor. I have no idea what floor it is.
Okay, so they're closer to the top.
They're closer to the top, yeah.
All right.
As I said, the family brought them to the 97th floor, and they said, this is as far as we could take you. There's
Okay.
a shortcut. And they hint at something dangerous in the shortcut. It's like, it'll probably be fine.
Thanks, gang.
Yeah, it's like, it'll be
That's
fine.
some family bullshit too. Yeah, I believe that.
So in the middle of this desert, they find, and the whole like way they've been going up is they've been finding these doors with King Yama's face on it, right?
Cool.
And this face is
Cool
very
guy.
distinct, and he's like frowning, he's mad, he's just angry looking on this thing. So they find this door in the middle of this desert, and they're like, okay, well, it's obviously like the next floor up. It's the 98th floor. They go through it. It's a big fucking volcano.
Ooh. Yikes.
And so they go through it. Let me just make sure that I get this dude's name right. They're climbing the volcano and they see this. I bet this is some really cool imagery, right? A floating river wrapping around the volcano.
Oh.
And it like converges at the top, but then continues to go up, right?
That's really cool.
It
yeah.
is really dope. Hogwai. And then like when they get to the top, they see where they have to go, and it's this pillar at the top of the volcano. There's the door, but also in the volcano is Hogwai, and it is the big fire demon who is just the big bad dude that you don't want to fuck with, right?
I'm sure. He lives in a volcano.
And this is a cool scene, right? Because then it's like, oh, well, we get to see fucking Mulan fighting this big fire demon with the fucking sword that is like magic. And it's just going, I don't know how else to explain it. It probably does like a really cool, just listening to it was really dope. As Hogwai starts to attack Shang and Shishi because they get like everybody gets picked up and just thrown essentially, right? And in the midst, before they could get to the pillar, there was the river of forgetfulness, which if you get into it, then you're just
Don't go in the river.
get washed into the river and washed essentially back to the first floor of DU.
Shit. Okay, don't do that.
And like chances of getting out of the river in general are low, right? And so they are like, well, fuck, we got to figure this shit out. But Shishi and Shang get thrown to the other side of the river where the pillar is, and Mulan is still stuck on one side. Hogwai summons a bunch of fire demons to fight Mulan while he goes and like Hogwai is essentially toying with these people.
Okay.
And he is toying with Shishi and Shang while Mulan is struggling, and Shishi suggests that she uses her sword because it is the sword from a legend that her father used to tell her all the time.
Okay.
And it is the legend of a hero who came down and essentially did exactly what Mulan is doing, but on like I think a grander scale or something like that.
Okay,
but it's
sort of sweeping epic.
Yeah. It's called the Blazing Sun. Sword of the Blazing Sun. Belonging once to a demigod who'd cleansed China of its demons, condemning them to DU. So that's what the story was about.
Cool.
Right? And every time, another thing about the sword is every time somebody would wield it, they couldn't actually get its power to come out. For whatever reason, it was only this demigod. And so I believe it was probably because they were a fucking demigod, right?
Yeah, yeah. We've seen that kind of thing.
And so she does manage to like unlock the power of this sword.
Yeah,
and
she
uses
does.
it to fucking kick the shit out of these fire demons. And she's like, okay, I got to go help my friends with Hogwai. And the way that she clears this river is she gets a big fucking stick and she like measures it out to about halfway across the river. And she pole vaults across the river.
Hey!
And she goes and she defends Shang against Hogwai. And then, but then like Hogwai grabs her and like starts reaching, like flying up with her. But like she manages to stabs Hogwai's tail with the sword.
Nice.
And then slices through his wing with it while she's falling down. Right?
Yeah, you're going down.
And so she's falling And right as she's about to fall into the river of helplessness, she gets caught by Shang, who is outreached on the pole, on like the column that Mulan has used to pole vaults, while Shishi is holding on to like the other end so that she can like.
Oh, nice! Yay!
Teamwork. It is fucking cool. Oh no, I got that wrong.
What?
Oh, she is caught, but then she is caught with like Shang holding onto the stick, but then the stick breaks, and then she suddenly floating in the air. Shang catches her while he's floating in the air, which ghosts just can do after being ghosts for a while. That's what happens.
Oh, good. I'm glad Shang suddenly develops some like Danny Phantom ghost powers.
Yes, because he's a ghost this whole time, right?
Yeah.
He can't really interact with the
He
material
can't
world.
do much here, but okay.
Yeah. He can't be hurt. And so he gets caught, and they go up, they climb it, and they continue to Yudu, which is the city of the dead, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's floor 99.
Yeah. Floor 99, city of the dead, Yudu. So they go through, and Mulan finds Fa Ren, her ancestors, taking bets.
What a bitch!
This is like Fa Ren was a monk in his life, and so it was like, what's a monk still doing in DU? Well, he was a fucking avid gambler.
That's the problem.
He was
here.
a real
Okay.
fucking gambler, and so they found him taking bets, and it was essentially bets on whether or not Mulan was going to get out, right? But
Cool.
he's like,
Thanks, Gramps.
Ren was like, I didn't bet against you. I bet for you. I 100%
All right,
believe you're going to
well.
get out of here. But like, I have a lot of gambling debt, and you're not allowed to leave. And I'm like super close to leaving, but you're not allowed to leave until all your debts are paid.
All right. Well, that's okay. Fine.
If
We
you
all
get
got
out of
issues.
here,
Whatever.
I get money to get paid, and then I can fucking get the hell out of here.
All right. Fine. Whatever. At least he was betting like on her and not against her.
Yeah. It's what happened. And so it's like,
Were the odds in her favor, or was he like,
fuck no. Nobody's ever fucking came in and
He's
left.
gonna win big.
Yeah, he's gonna win huge.
Good for you, Gramps.
Yeah. And so he's like, well, there is one way to get to floor 100 from here, and it's through the Chamber of Mirrors. But I don't
Hey,
suggest you guys do
reflection!
it. I don't suggest you guys do it because it is really fucking dangerous. Please don't. Please don't do it. Nobody's ever come out of
Get
it.
out, Gramps.
Yeah. And so he goes and he takes him to the... And it's a fucking frog that's like, I don't know what you're talking about. There is no Chamber of Mirrors.
Okay,
And
frog.
like, no, we got to get out of here. We don't got much more time left. And the frog's like, fine, but only Mulan has to go through. Or only
Why?
Mulan can go through because it's a test. It's a test to like go through to see if you're really...
Okay.
What it turns out to be is a test to see if you're true to yourself. You know who you are and you know exactly what you're about. Yeah.
Must be true to your heart.
It's the whole fucking like this reflection song, you know? And so like she's like, who the fuck am I? When will my reflection show?
Yeah. Is that the theme of this book? You
Yeah.
you mentioned the themes of the last two pretty early on. We haven't actually touched on what is the theme of this book.
The theme of this book is to be like, yeah, be true to who you are. And
Yeah.
like, yeah. And so it's fun, right? It's
Yeah.
great. But like the reason I didn't bring it up is because it's like, it's not nearly as like heavy fucking fisted. As
Yeah,
the other
I
couple.
figure this one is maybe a little bit more like
This
chill.
one's a hell of a lot more subtle.
Yeah.
And it is great. And she goes to the Chamber of Mirrors. And with the Chamber of
Because
Mirrors...
like, that's like the thing about Mulan is that like she didn't pretend to be Fa Ping for fun or anything or to
No,
get
she
out
did
of
it to protect
something.
her- she did it to
She did it
protect her
because it was
dad.
the only way she could protect her dad.
Yeah. That's exactly... And then it's like... Well, then she realized, she's getting a lot more respect by being Ping rather than
Yeah.
being Mulan, right? And so it just like went a back and forth thing
Yeah.
inside of her. And then she realized, no, I'm Mulan, but I could still be like what Ping was.
Yeah.
And that was great. And then, but to pass the Chamber of Mirrors, you got to face your inner demons, right? Mulan finds herself surrounded by mirrors who beckon her forward. One of them takes the form of Fa Zhu, her father, and is just like, I am disappointed in you.
Oh
You have shamed your family. It's like Mulan the whole time is like, this is just an illusion. It's just a mirror. I know my dad doesn't feel this way, but it's still
Yeah.
hurts.
It still hurts though.
Yeah.
I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, and it's like the mirrors are reading her mind, right?
Yeah.
And like reacting
Magic.
to everything that she's thinking and just like saying the things that's going to hurt her most. And
Yeah.
Mulan is like, one of the lines is, they told Fazu in the mirror was telling Mulan that he'd only believed in her because he trusted, because he trusted her. And then filling Mulan with doubt, the mirror suggests that Mulan is disappointing her family.
Oh,
It's not great.
not great.
Yeah, and it's like then the mirrors like show the rest of her family and the village and like how they're all like disappointed in her, right?
Uh-huh.
And that was like a big thing. And Shang shows up in the reflections.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Shang shows up, and right now, this is when she doesn't know if it's like actually Shang or not, because it's like, well, they told me that I could get out of here if I am to kill you.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's like I could go home if I kill you, Mulan, and have you stay here for like all eternity, and so. The Shang gets a reflection of like the regiment that Mulan was in, and just like everything like that, to point arrows and start shooting at Mulan. And it's either Shang is continually putting up, you either strike me, it's either me or you have to kill me for you to get out of here. But Mulan is not going to do that, right?
Yeah.
Refuses to do it, and it's just taking these arrows, i.e., shattered glass. That is like breaking off from these mirrors and just continually digging into her. The whole time Mulan's like, none of this is real, but then Shang stepped forward and it's like Spirit Shang.
Oh, shit.
It's like, oh fuck, is it real?
Oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck.
But like she continues to like, I'm not gonna do this. Like, I'm not gonna strike you down, Shang. You know, like Mulan loves him, but like, hasn't revealed it yet. Right. Yeah, it happens later. But they, it eventually is like, okay, you've passed this test to be like, you are faithful to your friends, right? You're true to yourself, you're faithful to your friends. And he was like, you're true to your family and shit like that. And then the final test, there were 3 tests, the family, the friends. And then this is like, are you true to yourself? All the mirrors suddenly reflect herself.
Ooh,
in
here we
different
go.
outfits and different makeup and different shit. She would step up to one. It would explain, I am Fa Mulan. But it would just like explain, I am like Fa Mulan. I am a warrior for China. I feel like disappointed my father, and just shit like that, right?
Yeah.
All like either Mulan's insecurities or strengths, and just like as like characteristics, as full blown things. She would step up to each one. She eventually looked at her feet, and it like, I'm Fa Mulan. I am. God, I wish I had like the physical book so I could pull.
I know, I was going
right?
to say, like, this would be really useful to have.
But she looks down and she realizes that the one that is at her feet is her, and so she chooses it, and then it gets, she gets like shot into this area with Meng Po.
Oh shit! Here she is again.
She's like, yeah, it was just a fun game of cat and mouse. I really don't it's just kind of fun to bother King Yama, and that's kind of what you did. So it's just a good time. So and then she, like, this is when it's revealed, Meng Po was the demigod of the myth.
I like that.
So
That's cool.
The reason that nobody could unlock the power of the sword is because it was continually wielded by other dudes, right? Not a girl. And I'm like,
Tight.
Understandable.
Fuck it. Let's go. It's Mulan. Fuck yeah.
And that like also is why her father would say that to Mulan, is because it was in the story that she would say to Mulan constantly. And so I'm like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. Hell yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And so Mulan returns the sword. And Meng Po gives Mulan. She heals Mulan because Mulan is fucking cut, tattered, torn, bruised, beaten.
Tight.
Heals Mulan. And nobody saw through Mulan's pink disguise.
That's
not
wild.
A single fucking person. Not a
There's
ghost.
a bunch of fucking ghosts and
Meng Po is
demigods
like,
and immortals down here, and no one's like, you're not.
everybody's
Ping.
like, you're not Ping. Who are you? But nobody realized
Not a single
that.
person was like, Now, Fazio has a daughter, though.
No,
about
no,
your
I mean,
age.
that's what the relatives brought up, but
Okay.
none of them. I mean, Ren kind of caught on, right?
It's like,
It was like,
you're Mulan.
You're Mulan, but didn't bring it up because, like, obviously she's hiding it for a reason.
Not
Shout
gonna call
out
her
to
out.
Ren.
You know what? Good job. Way not to out your family member. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Turns it. She leaves a magnolia blossom instead.
Ooh.
So I think, yeah. And I'm like, that's sweet. And so she has it, like, I think in her hair. And, like, she's all, like, done up pretty in this scene. But then, like, in the next scene, she's got, like, her armor. But it's also, like, armor that's to fitting, right?
Yeah, so actually, it's armor for her, not the armor she stole from her dad.
Yeah. It's fitting. It's armor that's, like, fitting for her. And so she goes to the Bridge of Serenity, and on the other side, sees Shang, King Yama, and Shishi all there. And she admits to liking Shang, and Shang's like, okay, I'm into it. I like you too. Or shit like that.
Oh, cute. I love it.
It's super adorable. Very, like, in the movie, Shang. And it's also, like, it shows more of this relationship between Shang and Mulan.
Nice.
And I liked it, right? A lot of these books are just, like, delving and, like, fleshing out more of what, like, as in the Hercules book, we get to see more of the Meg and Hercules relationship instead of just being a cutaway scene from the start to end of the day. It's over the course of a couple of months, you know?
Good. That's way better. That's way better.
And it's like we see it in flashbacks over these, like, over the days that they would run off together. And that's way better. But yeah, and it's like they go through the gates of Diu, and they see the morning light, and it's like, this is amazing. And then let me just make sure. There's really not much more.
They did it. Shang's okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is when, like, they were like, this is when Ren comes out and it's like, oh yeah, we bet. But I'm going off to reincarnation because you got me all the money I needed. Bye.
Yay! Oh, good. I'm glad we were able to help.
Yeah.
Gambling grandpa.
And General Lee gets to say, like, actually a goodbye to his son. And that was really heartwarming.
No.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, you got a fucking good woman by your side, man. Keep her.
You don't see a woman like that every dynasty.
Essentially. And he ascends to heaven. And Shishi gets to say goodbye to his friend too, right? Aww. Because he's been with General Lee for so long.
Yeah.
Like, this is his homie. And it was really sweet. It was very heartwarming. And then they cross through the gates of Diu and they go, and Mulan wakes up in camp fearing that it was all a dream.
Shit, yeah.
But his wound is completely healed.
Oh, good.
And, like, there's a really nasty, like, scar.
Yeah,
right?
But
it's like, it's healed.
We see fucking Shan Yu's sword. It's all jiggy, zigzags.
Yeah. Shang thinks, like, it might have been a dream. That was a weird, vivid fucking dream. But he's, like,
weird fever
continually forgetting it, right? As it's going away, as you do with dreams.
Yeah, especially when you have a ghost dream.
Yeah. And so, as they get, like, closer and closer to the Imperial City, Shang does pull Mulan off to the side. Be like, did we, like, is this, like, did you save me from the Underworld? And
are you Mulan?
Like, yes. Yeah.
Yes, it happened. That did happen.
It did happen. He's like, oh, fucking A, dude. Yeah, Shang they go, he pulls him to the side. And he's like, are you Mulan?
Yeah.
Are you Mulan?
Mulan's like, yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. So, like, the Huns didn't all die in the avalanche.
Not in the movie, but in this book they did.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that problem is solved.
Either that or literally, like, then it went on to be the end of the movie, right?
Oh, okay.
But for here, it doesn't...
with this, we don't get the whole Mushu and Mulan finally properly bonding when Mulan gets kicked out. Mushu has to admit that I haven't been a really good friend to you, but I will support you whatever you decide. Yeah.
But it does, like... This is, like, the last couple of sentences, because this is, like, probably the best way to do, like, sum up what happened, right?
Okay.
Shang requests that he informed that he informed the Emperor of China that their greatest soldier was a woman, believing that he would honor Mulan. Shang also admits to being glad he'd placed himself between Shan Yu and Mulan, because if he hadn't, he might not have discovered how he felt about her, asking if she'd be set up with anybody by the matchmaker, and if he could visit her at her home.
And then they get there, and the Huns are there, though.
Yeah. But that's the end of the book.
I really liked that. That was
great,
kick-ass.
Right? It was so much fun.
That's so cool. I love mythology. And it's really cool because, like, we don't get to see Chinese mythology all that much. It's not something that has been used to do stories in America, and that's a goddamn shame.
Yeah.
It's really fucking cool.
It's Chinese mythology is, like, really dope. And, like, this book does make me want to, like, read a little more into it, you know?
Yeah.
Because it just seems like it's fun, you know? But yeah, that's...
richness of these, like, the layers, the 100 levels, the sword mountain, the volcano demon.
Yeah.
I liked it. Did she ever find her family sword again?
I think being as, like, they wake up in the camp, I think it's just, like...
It's, like, back. Yeah, she's got... So she's not in the cool armor the goddess gave her. She's in
she's back. She's back in her armor, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And it's funny when, like, she shows up in that armor with, like, the magnolia blossom in her. She also, like... The reason she confirms that it's not a dream is she finds the magnolia blossom in her pocket.
Tight. Yeah, of course you do. It's a gift from a
shit.
goddess.
Yeah. And it's... But, like, when she, like, shows up all, like, gussied up and everything, you see Shang and he's like, well, if he would be... He, like, went bright red.
Oh.
As a ghost.
Cute.
It's really adorable. But, yeah, that is Reflections by Elizabeth Lim.
That was kick-ass. DJ, thank you so much. I'm so glad we did this one next.
This is a fun one. I definitely enjoyed it a lot, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't got if you got anything else to say.
No, I don't. I was curious, and I was just curious what other stuff Elizabeth Lim has written, and she's written some pretty cool stuff.
I know.
The Six Crimson Crows, a series that sounds really neat, and yeah. She also wrote, So This Is Love, which is one of the Cinderella one.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably get that one after the Tangled one.
That's fair, yeah.
I'm kind of going in, like, had I seen the Tangled one, I would have gotten it. But I'm kind of going in the terms of, like, how much do I like these over the other, like, how much do I like the original material?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of going from there.
I mean, I think that's the way you're supposed to read them, yeah.
Or, like, how much I like that subtitle, right? Because what if Mulan had to go to the Underworld? What if
fucking kick-ass.
Wendy came to Neverland first time with Captain Hook? And just shit like that. Like, that's the coolest fucking thing. What if Anna and Elsa had never met each other? That sounded cool, and then it kind of was a letdown, but we'll get to that one later.
We will. That is going to be the next one. We will have a very special guest.
We hope it's going to be the next one. We are going to 100% try for it to be the next one.
Well, it kind of has to be, because the next one's going to be the last one, because after that, we're back in season mode.
True. And we're going to be talking about things relating to the book.
Mm-hmm. Or other just general stuff. This has been fun, though. This has been a fun little bit of a break, not having to, like, brainstorm episodes every week, just being able to, like, focus on prepping for the next season. And also, I have an 8-page paper for my postmodernism class I have to write this week, so that's where I'm at, gang.
Yeah. You have fun with that.
Hate it.
I'm just in the midst of fucking peak week of Amazon, so they have me working my ass off every week.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm so sorry you had to do that.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Fun.
That's
but
a job.
It's some fucking shmoney.
That's a living. But yeah, tight. DJ, thank you again for sharing with me. I enjoyed this greatly.
Yeah, I had a good time. Thank you guys so much for listening. I was about to say watching, but that's not correct.
That's not what this is. This is a big thank you to the Crystal Con Man and Tim O'Connor, our God tier patrons.
Yep. Thank you guys so much.
Great. Mm-hmm.
And you guys have a wonderful day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.